we've seen the goalpost around flattening the curve move. And I think that's unfortunate because at the same time we're doing that, businesses have collapsed. Mental and physical health have declined. Depths of despair escalate. Educational outcomes nosedive as we wait in our living rooms praying for some good news around therapies and around vaccines. We set out to flatten the curve, and I think we've done a pretty good job of that. We need to do better, and we will do better. My question, Dr. Fauci, is as we start the process of moving towards reopening South Carolina, what else would you suggest that we could do to protect our most vulnerable populations?
Thank you, Senator Scott. You gave a really very eloquent description of what I think is would be a model the way you've approached this. I mean, you have put things in place that I think would optimize your capability of reopening. And as I was thinking as you were speaking, I'd almost want to clone that and make sure other people hear about that and see what you've been doing. The issue of your direct question to me about the vulnerable populations is that, as we have said in our guidelines, and it looks like you are ready to progress carefully because you put into place a very good system, that the vulnerables, the elderly and those with underlying conditions, should be those who at the very last lifting of mitigations should be those who are left in a situation where they might be in danger of getting infected. In other words, protect them right up until the very end of the relaxation of your mitigation. Because as you said very correctly, those are the individuals that are the most vulnerable to the morbidity and the mortality. So those are individuals, particularly I might say, sir, those in the minority group, the African American and Hispanics, who for a variety of situations that are the social determinants of health have a greater likelihood of not only getting infected, but of also having the underlying conditions that would make their risk for a high degree of morbidity and mortality higher. So it looks like you're doing things very, very well, and I would encourage you to continue and to follow the guidelines as you get closer to normalizing your state. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Fauci, and I'll just simply close with this since I'm out of time. Thank you for the many conversations that you and I have had about those vulnerable populations, to include minorities as well as our senior citizens. I will say that without any question, when you look at nursing homes, as typically African Americans and Hispanics are the certified nursing assistants who are providing care for the elderly population. So your focus on those two very vulnerable groups is much appreciated, and thank you for your expertise.